video on or something. I was like, oh, we got to turn it up.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was totally you. What are we talking about?
Talking about how
I
I
don't know what I'm
dropped
doing.
Kobe's stand and we were echoing
Take 2, pretty much.
take 2 for season 2.
Hey, season 2. Yeah, that's crazy, right?
Sideline talk, man.
Sideline talk. We're back, man. It's been like what, a month
Yeah.
at least
I was about to say more than that. Yeah.
since we last had. Who was our last guest?
You would ask that.
Right? It was Duncan.
Yes, it was.
Yes, yeah. So it's been about 4 weeks since we've recorded.
Yeah, man.
What have you guys been up to?
Well, I missed you guys.
Yeah.
I've missed our guy time.
Soccer stuff all the time.
Right. Yeah. I feel like our guy time is a lot better when it's just the three of us.
Yeah.
You know,
It is.
we have to watch what we say when we're on the sideline.
Yeah.
But you know, when we're live on a podcast, we can say whatever we want.
Whatever we
Yeah.
want. For the most part.
But
That's right.
everyone's listening, you know?
Right,
Yeah.
right. Yeah, so I think before the last time the storm hadn't happened yet. So we had this huge storm happen in the southeast. Everybody's heard about Hurricane Helene. So
Yeah.
that went down.
She wreaked havoc.
She did. So
Couple
how
trees
long
down.
were you guys out for with power?
We got lucky. I think we were out of power 4 days.
I was 6 days. A tree fell in my yard, tore off my siding, my house. Yeah, it was.
Didn't you like have a building just
yeah.
disappear?
My sheds blew away. Well, they were crappy, but they still blew away. You know.
Did you replace them or you?
No, we haven't replaced them yet, but I did find out that like under the sheds I had concrete. So now me and Porter are gonna play soccer tennis there.
Hey,
Nice.
nice.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
So-
Blessings in disguise.
Yeah.
Yeah, man,
right?
we were without power for about 5 days. Luckily, we did score a generator off of somebody,
Nice.
Nice.
so that made a huge difference. We were able to plug. It was just a small generator that
Mhm.
literally could only power a TV, a PS5,
Necessary.
and a charger.
The necessities, man.
So I mean, once we got those, we were golden, dude.
yeah,
we
we
were
did
Don't
Yeah,
need a
playing.
man.
refrigerator. You
playing-
don't need
nah, we
everything
don't.
but-
We don't need any food. Come on.
Need the
Cold
TV.
showers, no big deal.
Nah.
So
TV,
that-
PS5.
That's
Hey,
right.
But did you appreciate a hot shower now?
Definitely. But honestly, I got kind of in 5 days, I got kind of used to the cold shower. And I told Laura, I was like, this might be a good thing because I mean, I was in and out, right? Like
Yeah.
I'm not sitting there.
Sitting there.
You know, we're so spoiled now. We got these tankless water heaters
Yeah.
that never run out of heat or hot water.
Yeah.
And you can just, sit in there forever.
On your phone, looking at nothing.
Well, are you taking your phone in your shower, bro?
Yeah, man. Just to chill, relax, bro. Yes.
You take
No.
your phone in your shower.
You're
Yes.
insane.
Let
You're
the water
crazy.
on.
Yes.
Your iPhone.
My iPhone.
You're crazy.
I mean, I guess
with,
it
with
is.
no case.
It is
You see this
technically
case?
waterproof, but
Yeah.
yeah,
The
you're-
water doesn't hit my phone. I'm just looking at, soccer stuff.
really.
Yeah, dude, just chilling, man.
That's you do that? Do you do that,
No,
Kobe? No,
no.
me neither.
You should try it. Let me
I'm
know.
not trying
I would get in
that.
a lot of trouble.
Why?
I already sit on the toilet long enough
Yeah,
watching my
yeah,
phone.
yeah.
I don't need to be in the shower any longer than
This
I have
is
to.
how I found out it was a good idea. Telling you, bro.
Oh, that's so
Don't knock it
funny,
till you try it.
dude. Yeah, what were we even talking about? Oh yeah, cold showers. But yeah,
Yeah.
man, they wake you up. You're in and out.
It's supposed to be
it's-
better for you.
I was about
right?
to say, I'm
Yeah.
no health guru, but I heard that cold
Yeah,
showers good for
so
you.
I kind of got used to it. So now I've reverted back to the hot showers, but I am trying to do like a cold shower every like maybe once or twice a week. I don't know.
Yeah, it's good for
It's
you.
just good for you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Shakes things up. But yeah, we got everything back. The only real damage we had to our pool was to our pool. We had to replace the liner, but other than that, home insurance, dude. Luckily, we had just put the pool on home insurance like
Oh,
a
dang.
month beforehand,
So it worked out.
so it worked out.
Nice.
It worked
Nice.
out.
A little lucky there.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
But anyways, season 2, a new thing that we have, new sponsor or new partner.
Partner.
Yeah.
Bow, wow, 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 wow.
Talk about it, Mike. Tell the people what they can get.
I know. So the group is 90 Plus OT, Sergio and Juan. And they have some other coaches under them. So if you want some soccer development for your child of any age, go check out 90 Plus OT, man. So, all of our kids go
Yeah,
there.
for sure. Our kids get a lot out of it.
Yeah, I think how long have our kids been going to 90 Plus OT?
It's got to be a year now, right?
It's got to be
Yeah,
at
yeah.
least.
Over a year.
Yeah, I think it started out with our friend Andy. He was
Yeah.
taking his son
Judah and
Judah over
Madden.
there. Judah and Madden. Yep. And everybody was seeing the vast improvement that those two especially were making
Mhm.
in the off season when we got back in the spring last year, those two had made a huge improvement.
Mhm.
And I think all of us were like, man,
What's up?
What have they been doing in the off season? And the loud and clear answer was training with Sergio over at 90 Plus OT.
They gave us the sauce.
Yep. So we all three of our boys now are over there. They've been over there for about a year.
No. 2 and 2. You got 2 boys.
Oh,
Right.
yeah,
And I was
little
just
kids
gonna
too.
say our little boys, our little 5-year-olds are now over there as well, doing a little class. So it's fun. I think Sergio and Juan, they were on here on season 1
Mhm.
for an episode. So you guys check that episode out, and you can hear
Great.
really all about what their vision is for their program and how much they invest in all the kids. They're really great guys, and we fully trust our kids with them. So anyway, shout out to them for wanting to partner with us. You know,
Look at us go.
we were just a couple of dads talking on a podcast last year. Now we've got a little partnership, so that's pretty cool.
All right.
Really appreciate it, Sergio and Juan. So yeah, go check them out. Instagram at 90+
_OT.
Yep. And then their website
90plusot.com.
There you go.
Yep. And then
Oh.
we have their phone number.
Yeah, we do, but it's on my phone and we're recording.
I got it right here.
There you go.
I've got it. Hang on 1 second.
They also very good at child development with attitudes, because as you know, my son has an attitude
Yes.
and has to control his temper, but Sergio's working on that with him, so he's getting better. So it's not only soccer skills, it is emotional and leadership values that they're giving the kids as well. So
I love that.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure. Good
To
shout
book a
out.
session, you can call or text 864-397-5663. Mention Sideline Talk to them, and you guys will get 10% off your first training session. And so leading into that, man, I think that is a huge factor of training, right? Is
Yes.
the sportsmanship of it, right?
Yes.
We all have little kids. All kids have different personalities. Some kids are super loud and emotional. Other kids are more introverted and are more cerebral. I think in our group, we have
Alpha.
a little mixture of both, right? So yeah, talk about that. Talk a little bit more about what Sergio has done with Porter.
So, you know, like it's just them, because Porter used to be in the class with the group and now he's by himself. So I don't even go inside anymore. So I sit outside, but like, you know, I try to like peek my head in, you know, in the door, and like I was like, they're not even playing soccer. They're just sitting there talking. You know, like then they got up, they started playing soccer, and I'm like, yo, what'd you and Sergio talk about? You know, I'm talking to Porter. He's like, well, you know, he just told me like how I need to be a leader and, you know, show my teammates, like, you know, not only through my play, but through my actions and the way I feel on the field. Because if I'm showing that I'm angry or not involved in the game, that is going to affect my teammates, even if it's in a good or a bad way. And I was like, that's true. So Porter is learning that he has to control his anger, because if he's not playing well, he can still be a great teammate. And that's number one. And Sergio taught him that. You know, I didn't teach him. His mom didn't teach him. He got that from 90.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I mean, you probably can't tell him that. He probably wouldn't listen to you if he said
he'll
that.
listen
but
to he'll listen to you and David before he listens to me on the field.
Well, I think I was telling Laura this the other day, and you know, with Porter the last like 2 weeks, I really have seen a difference in the way that he communicates with us adults too.
Oh yeah.
Without, you know, most kids, they walk by and you say, yo, what's up, Port? Or what's up, Wyatt? And they'll be like, hi, you know?
Yeah.
But lately, I haven't even said, the first person to say hi is Porter. He'd be like, yo, what's up, Mr. David? You know, he's the one coming up to me and asking like, what's up and how's it going? And I'm like, that's pretty cool. I see the change happening. And I think that's a huge shout out to Sergio as well. You know, I've got 2 sons. One of them is more of the cerebral, polite one, and the other one is so emotional and can get angry on a flip of a coin. Just like, I mean, him and Porter are exactly the same.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, and it's a challenge. You know, it's definitely a challenge to have a child like that when you don't want to take the edge out of their game.
Just want to control it.
But you also want to teach them good sportsmanship. And, you know, I love the passion of kids when they really want to win, and you can tell, but it's really hard to instill that line in the sand saying, all right, this is where passion and just bad sportsmanship
And being a bad
and
teammate.
coincide. Yeah.
You know, like
Yeah. So like yesterday, Saxon and Leighton, which is Crew, who is on our big boys team.
mhm.
He has a little brother named Leighton who's on my U6 team, and he's a very good soccer player in his own right. And there was a great pass from a defender down the field, and Saxon and Leighton were both going for it, and Leighton got his foot on it and scored. And so Saxon, he got distraught that he wasn't the one to put the ball in the net. And I was like, you need to go give him a high five. Your team just
your
scored.
team just scored, man.
And he wasn't. I had to pick him up and carry him off the field because he was so emotional about it. And it's like, man, it's like, I really want him to have the drive to go and get that ball, which he does. I mean, he scores a lot of points. I'm like, dude, you score several points all the time.
Yeah.
It's like, it's okay to let one of your teammates get their foot on it and score. Like, that's a good thing. And so I think, just trying to teach your kids how to be a teammate is huge. And I think Sergio and Juan can really help with that. I have one more example with Juan the other day, and this was with Wyatt and Riggs. I don't know if you heard about this, Colby.
Nope.
But Riggs and Wyatt got to practice early. So they were practicing, and Juan was there with the ECNL team, and he was walking to his practice, and he saw Wyatt and Riggins just kicking the ball around, and he went up and said hi. And, they're 7 years old, and they're like, hi, out of context. Like, they're used to seeing him at 90 plus OT, and then they see him at the fields, they're like, hi. He's like, no, I'm going to teach you guys how to say hello to a coach with respect.
Oh, yeah.
And he said, this is how you do it. You look at them in the eyes, you address them by their name, say, hey, I hope you're having a great day and have a great practice. And
Good stuff. I didn't hear
was
that.
really,
that.
oh yeah. Laura told me that night. And so I texted Juan and Sergio. I was like, man, that's what it's about, man. Even outside of the training sessions, you see these kids out in public, you're acknowledging them and you're teaching them lessons out in public, which is really great.
Yeah, they're teaching them how to be people. Because I mean, at the end of the day, like, they might stop playing soccer, but we want them to be good humans and learn from their experiences.
Yep. So we wanted to talk a little bit about sportsmanship in today's episode. It's just the three of us. We don't have a guest.
No guest, just us.
Yeah, just us talking.
Who you came to see.
Right. So I guess, there's so many different facets of sportsmanship. There's sportsmanship that we were just talking about, right? Like being a good teammate, having a good attitude, being respectful to your coach, all these things. But I think another team aspect of sportsmanship is what's going on the scoreboard of a game, right?
For sure.
So in our league, you cannot win by more than 5 points. We're talking soccer here. We're not talking basketball or football. So this is soccer. Once a team goes up by 5 points, if they win by 6, automatically the game goes to the other team, I think.
Which is crazy.
It is a little wild. And we've had a lot of those games this year with our older boys, where we're winning by 5 points, and the coach has fire, which is code word for
don't score any
more goals, right?
Yeah.
So we're playing keep away for 5, 6, 7 minutes, and then she'll let them try to score again. Talk about that. Do you guys think that is something that should be incorporated into gameplay at this age, or do you think that we should let the kids play? What do you think we're teaching them?
I mean, it's kind of a double-edged sword with me. So like, I understand it, but then like, we know how much these kids bust their butts every week, train hard, go hard. So when it comes to the game, I feel like they deserve to go all out, but they shouldn't beat a team 10-0. Like I see what you're going to kill that other team or that player that doesn't want to play soccer anymore, maybe. But like, I don't know. There's got to be something to like, just let them go, man. Like they work hard all week.
No, I get that. I'm the same way. I see the reason, but at the same time, you don't want to crush somebody's spirit. I mean, if it's 5-0, only 5 people on your team max could have scored. But if one person scores 2 goals, there's only 4 people, and it's hard to tell somebody it's not your turn. You can't score. When that might have been their only chance to score.
And then my thing is, when they're passing and they're doing good, and then they have a play where they're right in front of goal, that kid has to turn around.
That happened yesterday.
Yeah. And that kid didn't get to score, but that was his chance that he just worked hard all week.
He did a step over. Yeah, he did a step over, turned it back, and played it all the way back to the center back, and they started over.
That's nuts.
They were in the box. There's no,
Yeah, and I think you can look at it from another viewpoint, right? Like the other team. Like,
Mhm.
how is the other team feeling when they're doing this? I know that when we're playing fire or keep away, basically, I'm looking at the other team, and you can see that they're so defeated. Like they're playing hard, but once they realize that, we'll say our team is not trying to score anymore,
It's
they're not
defeated.
even trying to play.
No.
They're
Mhm.
not even trying to play.
you
And
can
then
see it on both sides.
you also see it through the parents, right?
Yeah.
The parents' eyes. It's like the parents know that we're playing keep away,
They feel like it's disrespectful.
and they feel we've had that a couple times on the sideline where the parents on the opposite team is like, this is ridiculous. This, they're not, nobody's trying here. And it's embarrassing for them.
Yeah, especially when we took a player off the field, we played one or
Yep.
two men down. Like
We've done that.
even
yeah.
then, like it's not. I don't.
It was
it-
kind of nuts. What was that? Like last week, there was
Yeah.
a parent on the other team that got irate
Yeah,
when we were playing a man down because we were up by 5 points.
that's that disrespectful.
He was yelling.
Yeah, he was mad.
Dang.
And I don't know. I just remember I grew up playing sports. I've been playing since I was 5 years old at all different levels. And not one time did we have a fire rule when I was a
No.
kid. I remember very specifically, I was thinking about this. We were playing, it was a basketball game, and we were playing this one team, and they were an inner city team, and they were incredibly good.
Mm-hmm.
And we lost, I think it was like probably 50 something to 20 something. I mean, we got spanked.
Yeah.
But you know what? I wasn't pissed that we had lost the
No.
game. I was happy that we scored 20 something points
Yeah.
on them.
Yeah.
Like just the fact that they kept playing and they were playing hard. I didn't care. Like I knew those kids were good,
Mm-hmm.
and just the fact that I was in the same building with them, playing with them, and scoring points on them when I did score, like it was
Made you
cool.
feel good.
Yeah.
I think there's a couple things to think about too. I mean, there's different rules and everything we can put in place,
Mhm.
like take a man down or no more shooting, no more scoring or anything. But I
One
mean,
pass
yeah,
touches.
that's what
something
I was thinking.
like
That
you
was
know?
going to be my next thing was
Mhm.
what else can you do that's a challenge to the people that are like our team that's up 5-0. What can you do to challenge them and not
Yeah.
just possess? Like, because you can possess and it's boring for everybody. But if you make rules of
two
or
touch.
two touch soccer
Yeah.
or even like dribble and you have to do a skill move, like you have to take somebody on.
Yeah.
And that gives it somebody else. Like if you get it, you got to go take somebody on and do
Yeah.
something with it. So lots of different things. Or even if you, I don't know, I don't like the idea of not scoring. So I mean, I think there could be easily a cap on goals. Like let them score however many they want, but the score is 5-0.
This is my thing, and this is what I mean. Everybody parents different and tells different, but when I was younger, there's a winner and a loser.
Mhm.
It doesn't matter. So you're gonna win, but it shouldn't matter how much you win by.
Right.
You know what I'm
Exactly.
saying?
I agree with that,
Like-
man. Yeah. Whether it's you win by 1 point or you win by 20 points, a win is a win.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I mean, you just gotta.
I
teach
really
your
don't
kid.
think. I really don't think it's a part of bad sportsmanship to now. Like if we're talking football or something, and we're up, by 5 touchdowns. Sure, maybe run the ball,
Yeah.
Mhm.
But even
But
if that kid gets a
Breaks it
breakaway,
out for-
he's not gonna like go down at the 5-yard line just to
Yeah.
not score.
You
You know,
can't.
Yeah.
you can't do that.
Yeah, it's not fair.
Yeah. Or I mean, if the game is that far apart, just call the game.
Call the game.
Just call
Yeah.
the game. Be
Call
like,
it
all
short,
right,
yeah.
game's over.
Also, it's a little bit edgier, I guess, because our kids play up a age level too. So some of these teams are getting spanked by kids that are 2 years younger than them.
Yeah.
I mean, it is what it is.
Yeah.
I think
they work hard though. It's
They
like,
do,
it'd
yeah,
be
no.
different if they just came to the game and this was it. But like these kids work hard, bro.
For sure.
right. And I think, this season especially, I realize that we're still only talking about little kids that are under
Mhm.
the age of 10. But it is interesting to see. I've always been like, are these kids actually really good at soccer, or are they just? But I think you can, like you said, we've talked so many times about multiple sports,
Mhm.
the importance of multiple sports, or specializing in a sport as a young child, and we're looking at our team, and I would say, the top 10 of the kids on the team are kind of specializing in soccer.
Mhm.
I mean,
Yeah.
they might play, like my son does play basketball,
Mhm.
and there's a couple other kids that might play another sport, but
But
it's
his
more
love-
recreational. But they're not doing like one-on-one training or group training with 90 plus OT for basketball. They're doing that every
Mhm.
week for soccer. And like you can tell, like the kids, there's a difference between athletic kids and kids who are athletic and also put the work in the sport that they
Mhm.
really love.
You can tell, man, when they're on the field, you can tell like this kid put in some work.
Yep.
They don't just follow the ball; they have a mind for the game, and I think that's key too. Because it's just they have the skill that they're getting, but they're also really invested in being in the right spot at the
They're
right time
understand-
and making the right passes and
They're
just the whole,
understanding the game now.
Yep.
Like
Yeah.
which is
so-
insane at 7, 6,
years
7.
old. Yeah.
Right. And I think, I think that's where sports is going. And I know we're deviating from sportsmanship, but I do think, we've talked about this so much in season 1 about
Mhm.
multiple sports versus specializing. And I do
Yeah.
think that in this day and age now, especially from what I've seen this season,
Mhm.
I do think specializing, if the child really loves the sport and is
Yeah.
doing all the things at home that on their own,
Yeah, it's got to be a passion.
it's got to be a passion. And if it's a passion, then do it, man.
Yeah, support them.
Do it. Yeah. I mean, because it has been so fun. This has been the best season I've had so far watching these kids, where it's like, man, they're just doing so good. And it's just because they're passionate about it. And I feel like I don't want to look at it's not an investment in me, it's an investment in my child's happiness. And my child is happy when he's playing good and winning.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, for sure.
Hey,
It's-
there's nothing wrong with
there's
that.
nothing wrong with that.
Nothing wrong with
Yeah,
that.
so I mean, I want to raise a winner, and I know you guys want to
Yeah.
raise,
Yeah, for
raise
sure.
winners. I think most parents want to raise winners.
Yeah.
And I just don't want that to be taken away from them.
Yeah, but they're also being good people. It's not like they're going around like, oh, we're crushing teams. Like they're not even thinking about. They're just having fun
Mhm.
playing soccer with their buds.
And they look forward to the soccer game. Like
Yeah.
when we were hyped up. What was it last week? 2 weeks ago, we were saying we're playing against Charlotte.
Mhm.
We played against Charlotte, but like we told them we were hyping up the kids and saying, "Hey,
Yeah.
we're playing against Charlotte." They're like, "Okay, cool." Like it
Went over their head.
went over their heads. Is
It's
like they're
you get to
playing
play
against,
soccer, man,
Yeah, they're excited about the game. Yeah,
Yeah.
it was really. I thought it was cool.
and they did good.
They did great.
Yeah,
It was the first time that they got to play against kids their own age. And we've been saying this for a long time, the importance of playing up. I encourage any parent, if
Mhm.
your child is passionate about the sport and they show skill in the sport, let them play up if the opportunity presents itself. Because I think playing up, man, it really enforces them to use their technical skills
Their
and
mind.
also their mind,
Yeah.
right? And also their physical abilities. Because
Yeah.
when they do play kids their own age, the physicality is already there.
Mhm.
Mhm.
It's so it is fun to watch.
Yeah, it was, man. I mean, I talked to one of the dads on the sideline, and he was like, "Man, we don't lose." He's like, "Y'all killed us today. Like the team, like our boys
really?
killed it in the Charlotte." Dad, I was talking to him. He's like, "We don't lose." He's like, "We came here and got our butts beat." He's like, "Your guys are a good team," and that's the benefit of our kids playing up.
Mhm.
That helped him. So
That's
that made
cool.
me
I didn't
feel
know
good.
that. That's good to hear.
Yeah,
It is.
I think shout out to CISA for creating this opportunity for little kids like
Mhm,
this. And any programs out there that are trying to figure out how to incorporate more of a competitive edge or a competitive league for little kids, this is a great option.
Mhm.
Have them try out for a team, get your team, and then have them play up in the recreational league. So they're playing older kids.
Yeah, what do you say to those parents that like they're on the fence about like training for their kid? Like our kids don't need training, but if they have a passion for it, like and you're able to give them the tools they need, you should give it to them, right?
Yeah, I 100% agree. I think that, like we said before, if the kid is asking you to do it, you're not
Mhm.
forcing them to do
Yeah.
it. You're not dragging them to practice.
Yeah.
You're not dragging them to
Mhm.
training. They're like looking forward to it. They've got their jersey out. They're ready to go. And then they're also practicing the stuff that they've learned in your backyard.
Yeah.
Without you, then
Yeah.
they're into it.
Yeah, right.
Like they're into it. And so, yeah. So, what else about sportsmanship can we talk about today?
Hmm.
How about interactions with referees?
I don't feel like I feel like the
Where's my wife?
I feel like the captain should do that. I don't feel like parents or players like should be talking to the ref. Like
I agree. I don't think there's any time where a parent should be talking to a referee. I've never seen. I mean, I'm sure it happens. I'm sure it happens around the country or the world, but I've never seen a referee physically assault a kid.
no.
So I mean,
Yeah.
unless they're physically or verbally assaulting a kid,
Just shut up.
there's
and
really
watch.
no reason for a parent to
It's a
step in
game,
and,
yeah.
and talk to
Yeah.
them. So, but it happens.
I mean, I've said, Mr. Referee.
Yeah.
I'm like, bro, you blew that call. That's a
Yeah,
handball.
Yeah,
Like,
but that's just like sport or your gut, your I don't know,
just
just
watching a soccer match.
yeah, yeah.
Like, come on, ref. But I mean, I get it, but I'm not gonna say anything to the ref after the game, before the game, or
Mhm.
during the game.
Yeah.
So,
I agree. I think that I've told my son this. If you don't agree with a ref, just go ahead and just keep playing. And at the end of the game, doesn't matter if you agree or disagree, or if you liked the ref or not. You're going up to that ref and shaking his hand and saying thank you for taking the time to ref our game.
Because you wouldn't have had a game without him.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, all these kids, they're getting paid, but they don't have to be out there on a Saturday afternoon
Yeah.
reffing
sure.
or a Sunday afternoon. So I think it's very important and plus, like that ref's going to remember, and all, like, if you said thank you to them,
yeah,
Mhm.
and that ref could very well ref another one of your games,
that tournament game,
and
that
you
you're in.
they might be a little partial to
Yeah.
you if they like you.
That's
Yeah.
that parent that screwed him. He's like, screw these guys.
Yeah,
know?
exactly.
If you have,
Never
are you
know.
saying if you have extra snacks at the end of the U6 game, you got to give it to the ref?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, man, you want a Gatorade?
Just remember me in the tournament.
Yeah, for sure.
Dude, let's talk about snacks real quick after games. How different are snacks now compared to when we were growing up? I remember a snack after you guys remember Surge
Yes.
or
Yeah.
Kick?
Yeah.
Oh, dude, I remember this one parent in particular. She would always bring everybody a Surge after the game
Mhm.
with like fruit roll-ups.
Yeah.
It's like the most unhealthy thing. Now you
Yeah.
got all these parents, they're bringing like celery sticks.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I used to
we
get
we
I
grew
used
up
to
on
get a-
orange slices.
Orange
So,
slices,
yeah.
yeah.
Orange slices, maybe Pringles. I'm like, Pringles are not good. Why
Yeah.
are we getting these like after a game?
Right.
We have another one.
Yeah,
That's the
it's-
last thing we need.
It's funny though. I think it's cool though. A lot of these parents are getting a little bit more health conscientious.
Mhm.
not
So what else about sportsmanship can we talk about?
Well, let's talk about a disagreement that me and Kobe had about
Yeah.
sportsmanship.
Okay.
That was a good time.
You know?
Yeah. So we were talking about the time that we were all drinking at Oktoberfest, correct?
Yes,
Hey.
correct.
Hey. So we were at a party. Shout out to the Harrises. It was a great time at Oktoberfest party,
Mhm.
and obviously conversation led to soccer.
Of course it did.
And there was this
It was already
huge,
there, didn't
there's
we?
this huge animated discussion about handballs. Tell the people what they want to hear.
Go ahead, Kobe. I'll let you explain.
I don't remember it, so you gotta help me out a
So
little bit.
basically, we're saying if you're doing a free kick
Mhm.
and you put your hands above your private or above your chest, if you're a
Mhm.
female, and the ball hits it, is
I
that a
said it's
handball?
not a handball.
You said it isn't, and I say it is. We got to take a poll on this.
Put this out. on
We have
social-
to ask
So
the people
I
on
think
Instagram: is it or is it not?
You're looking them in the eye too. You're
Yeah.
like,
I mean,
Sam.
Is it or is it not?
I honestly had never even thought about that until
Really?
you guys
Yeah.
started talking about it. I know for me, I think if you're not actively putting your hand out for a handball,
Mhm.
I realize I think if your hand is by your side and the ball inadvertently hits your arm, that's a handball.
Mhm.
But if you're protecting yourself, especially like the most precious jewels that you will ever own, like I don't think that's a handball. It's not like
Yeah.
you're gonna move your hand away
Right.
Yeah,
just
no, I
so you can
understand.
get hit in the nuts.
Yeah.
You
I
know,
understand, but the rule states your hands need to be in the natural position. Is that
that is a
natural?
natural position, dude.
To
You're
cover
protecting
yourself?
You're
Yeah.
protecting
That's not
yourself.
natural.
If I throw
Okay, all
something
right.
at
If I
you-
throw something at you, are
Yeah.
you gonna cover your
Yeah.
nuts or not?
Yes.
No.
Yes, the
Yes.
most natural thing
Yes.
is to
That's
protect
That's not
yourself.
natural, though.
How is that not
I don't know,
natural?
man. Listen, it's 2-1 right now, but we're gonna let the people decide.
Also,
Yeah.
you're not making your body bigger. You're not trying to block anything. It's
Right.
No,
like,
I
that's
get
the
that.
deliberate.
I
like,
get that, man. I've seen it called both ways.
Yeah.
I just
I've
like
seen
to-
it called the right way, and I've seen it called the wrong way.
I don't know
too.
which one's the
Yeah,
right way, but I just like
well,
to argue
Yeah, we'll let the people decide.
who's gonna win this bet.
Yeah, I think that this is going to be a poll that we're going to put on Instagram. So you guys go out there and vote for it. Me
Yeah.
and Colby believe that it is not a handball.
Not a handball.
And Mike believes that it is. Again, the question is, in a free kick, if you are creating a wall for a direct kick, we'll say, and you are covering your private parts and your heart or your chest,
Mhm.
and the ball hits the wall and hits your hand where you're covering for protection, is that a handball or is that not a handball? Is that correct?
Correct.
Correct.
All right. We'll put the poll up for everybody.
Next
to see.
episode is going to be amazing.
And we know what the answer is going to be.
Yeah.
We'll look up the laws of the game
Yeah.
exactly. We'll
Yeah,
bring it up.
we need to do
We'll have
that
a little
too. By the way,
screenshot.
what if we're
Yeah.
both wrong?
Well, I think there needs to be an amendment to the rule if it's not what me and Colby think.
That's right. That's right.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Oh man. All right. I'm trying to think. Anything more to talk about with sportsmanship?
I don't know, man.
Not necessarily sportsmanship, but I was gonna deviate, and we were talking about age groups earlier. Did y'all see what's happening in November?
Yeah.
In a little bit, in November,
No, what's happening?
they're having the U.S. Soccer Association's meeting
Mm-hmm.
November 22nd, I think, to decide
The
age group right now. Or so in 2017, the age group for soccer went from, what was it? I guess August 1st. The year was August 1st
Mhm.
through July 31st. And then
Yes.
2017, it went to birth year. So January 1 to December 31. And there are talks of it going back to school year.
I feel like this is a good discussion because we switched to be on par with the rest of the world.
Yep.
Now we're going backwards
Mhm.
because of for colleges for NIL and money.
And the discussion is we switched to go with the rest of the world, right? But the rest of the world doesn't do school the way we do school.
Yes,
So that's the
give or take.
The give or
Yeah.
take.
Plus,
What do you
there's no
do?
such thing as college sports in the rest of the world.
Right.
Yeah, which is true. So for our team, that's going to kick off 4 players.
At least, right?
Yeah,
I hadn't counted.
it's going to
up
be
there.
4.
Okay.
Only 4?
It's only 4. It's Lennox, Porter, Wyatt, Madden. So we drop down.
To the younger, we'd stay in our next if it happened.
We'd just stay on the same
We'd
team.
stay in the same age group, whereas everybody else would move up with their
to
age
junior
group,
academy.
to junior academy.
So the whole reason they're doing this, like we alluded to, is essentially for college.
Yeah.
It's called
The gap year.
the gap year.
Mhm.
So, for example, our kids, they're all born in 2017. My son is born in February of 2017, whereas Colby's son it was born in October of 2017.
Yep.
And Mike's son was born in December of 2017. So
Mhm.
they're the two of the youngest players on the team. So if we keep this team all the way through my son's senior year of high school, my kid will be a senior and
Mhm.
graduating, whereas Wyatt and Porter will be juniors.
And
So
have
they'll
another year of
still have
school.
one more year. So they will be
In their gap year.
in their gap year, basically. Essentially, they'll get an extra year on ECNL and they'll drop back to the 2018 team,
Mm-hmm.
kicking 2 players off, most likely,
Yeah.
an ECNL team that has been together since they were 12 years old. So
Yeah.
2 players that had been on that dedicated team most likely would get kicked off the team for a year until the following year when they could try out again.
And the same thing would have happened to us. We would get the gap year whenever Riggs is a senior, right?
Right.
We would be getting the gap year kids from the 2016 team.
Correct.
And it might move,
Move
some of our
us off
players.
the team.
Yeah.
Correct.
So lots of movement that senior year for whoever it is. And they're trying to kind of get away from this gap year of people moving and changing teams at the very, very last minute
Which
or for
essentially,
college.
honestly, I think that I think personally, for the way the United States works, it makes more sense to do the school year.
Mhm.
That's how it was when we were growing up, and I think then we don't run into this gap year issue at all.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And just because I don't really think it makes a difference where the kids go, as far as most kids that are playing ECNL aren't going to play professional. They might play college, but they might not play professionals. It doesn't really matter if we're doing the same thing as the rest of the world does or not.
Yeah.
I don't know. Does that make sense?
I get what you're saying.
Mhm.
But I mean, I don't know. Like,
I think it makes the most sense to do it as school year, like David said, but
Yeah.
I don't like it for us and personally.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
I want
man.
our group to stay together.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I do too,
but
obviously.
I mean, I feel like they need to like pick a year that it starts. Like, you can't go back. Like, if they're gonna
Mhm.
do it, that's gonna mess up all these teams. It's not gonna just
Yeah.
be our team. You
I
gotta
think it should
about-
be a gradual approach.
Yeah,
Like
it should be a
if
grad.
they start next year, it should be with the 2019s or something that are
Yeah.
coming in or
Yeah.
that make them split.
Because I mean, we've already did 10 years with the gap year, so what's 2 more years, you
Mhm.
know, and then starting it in 2019.
Mhm.
Like, I don't know. It's gonna
Because
be rough, man.
Saxon and McLean wouldn't be on the same
They
team.
wouldn't be on the same
Yeah.
team. Yep, because Sachs is May, McLean is October,
September. Yeah.
September.
That's nuts. I don't like it.
It's hard.
This is how we met each other, right?
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
you know.
Our worlds would be completely different.
Yeah, I
Lives would
know.
be completely different. I'd be on a podcast with 2 other dads. Or I guess we would just
Just-
kick David
just
off.
be us.
Yeah. Just kick David off.
Oh,
can't.
man. Can't do that to me. Nah, regardless of what happens, I think we'll still do the podcast.
Oh, for sure.
But yeah, it does suck. But I do think that it makes most sense for college recruiting, just in general, because that is the next step for most kids that are playing ECNL. Like, that's the goal.
Yeah.
Yep.
The goal is college recruiting, and I think it makes logistically everything a lot easier for college recruiters and players and even families.
The
Um,
business.
Yeah, and plus,
The
like,
business. The money.
Yeah. But I mean, at the same time, like you said, most people that are playing ECNL probably are not going to go pro. They play
Yeah.
college, but maybe not pro. Maybe pro, but not the majority. So it's affecting not the top tier, right? I
Yeah.
mean, the top tier is playing MLS Next, and they're playing with clubs already, and they're doing other things.
And they're gonna keep it like the rest of the world, probably, I bet, for them guys.
So it makes it hard.
So it's not fair because some of those kids are still gonna go to college as well.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, not all of them go pro, so they still go to college. So they're gonna be playing this way, and then the other half's gonna be playing this way.
Mhm.
So I don't know. That's a big topic right now.
I don't know.
More
I
to come in
I think
November.
the cream of the crop will rise. It doesn't matter what year you come out of ECNL.
Yeah, but you got to think about this. Like, our kids have been playing together, and you guys are gonna go to junior, which our boys could probably play junior.
They could,
And-
absolutely.
And now they're gonna be staying another
COE.
year doing COE and playing with other kids that are essentially a year or two behind them, developmental wise.
Mhm.
So now it's gonna be harder for them. I guess it doesn't matter because it's gonna happen to them now, or it's gonna happen to them 12th grade.
Right. It'll all even out
Yeah.
once they hit, once they become teenagers, it'll
Yeah.
all even out. It won't really matter, I don't think. And essentially they'll be playing with kids that are in their class at school.
Mhm.
Yeah,
So
but we want them to play up.
that's true.
yeah,
Let them play up. That's another poll. We gotta ask the people what they want. What
that's
they think
right.
should happen.
That's
Yeah,
right. Yeah,
2 polls.
we'll make that poll happen as well. I think
I mean,
Yeah.
I see the good and the bad. In it.
I agree.
Mhm.
I just
Yeah.
think it's just like anything else. Change is hard. So anytime there's a change to a rule or a change to anything, like, there's always going to be pushback. But within a couple years, everybody will be used to it. So,
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're right.
I mean, it took me a minute to get used to having birth year because we all grew up with school year.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So I always thought it was kind of weird that my son is in 2nd grade, your kids are in 1st grade.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it would be better just be playing all 2nd graders, all 1st graders.
But what about those
Essentially.
that are?
That's not even a question, Colby.
I mean, I'm
you
just
know,
saying.
it's from. I know what you're gonna say,
right, but
Well, kids who are held back or who are like,
that's you
it's
still have the
not-
same.
it's not
predicament,
school
though.
year.
But you
Nah,
still have the same predicament
but
senior
they-
year,
They
right?
still go by month though. There's
But-
gonna be some kids that are in 2nd grade that are still gonna stay down because of when their birthday is.
But I mean,
Right.
that's the whole point of the gap year, what they're trying to avoid. But
Yeah.
it's still going to happen because there's
Yeah.
going to be 12th grade ages that should have stayed back, or some
Yeah.
that skipped levels.
That'll be like a lot less than what it is now, though.
I don't know.
Or
Yeah.
essentially
It
half the
will.
team could be a gap year team. I mean, you could right now essentially have half the team that is born after July 31st. I mean, you could have 8 players
Yeah, that's true.
that are younger like that could kick 8 players off the previous team.
hmm
That's nuts.
Yeah.
But so, like, you gotta think about it. So the team, like, next year, right? Say they're losing 4, but then the team above you guys has 10 kids that gotta come down. That's gonna look a lot different. Some kids that are usually on the black team are gonna be on the red team or the white team because of this gap year.
That's right.
Mhm.
And that's where we come back to, just if your kid's passionate about it
Yeah.
and they're good about it and they're getting the extra training as a younger kid, you
90
don't have
plus
to worry
OT.
about it. 90 plus OT, baby, then you they won't have to worry about it because they're going to
Gotta
be
be the
playing. They're
passion,
going to
yeah.
make the team. I'm not worried about it.
Nah.
I think, what's going to happen is going to happen. And I mean, who knows? Even at 15, my kids might be playing football. I don't
Yeah,
know.
Right.
I told Alex every day,
So-
hey man, Porter might not even play soccer next year.
Right.
You just never know.
Mhm.
Yeah, you never know with these kids. But either way, the time that they're having now is important, and the training that they're getting, not just physically but mentally, is going to carry over to any sport they want to play.
Mhm.
Yeah. Basically life too. I want him to be a good human.
Yeah,
That's really it. To be a good person, man.
that's right. All right. Do you guys want to do a rapid fire question thing between the three of us?
Ooh,
That's interesting.
curveball.
Yeah,
Wasn't
I like
expecting that.
Yeah, so maybe like just say, hey, Mike, I'm gonna ask you a pointed question, or maybe it'll just be the two. Be like, I'll throw this out, and we'll see what you guys answer.
All right,
Right.
you go first.
All right. What is the number one hype song that you're gonna play for your kid before a game to get them going?
I'm playing. Porter likes this Colombian song. I don't know the name of it. I can't say it, but
Can you sing it? Come on, I want to hear it. Come on, let's sing it.
Mommy, no, that one.
Yeah, I
You
know
know
that
what I'm talking
song,
about?
yeah.
Yeah, that's what he wants to listen to.
Wyatt likes the World Cup song.
World Cup.
Nice.
That's a good one. What does Riggs like?
Dude, Riggs is all about some Morgan Wallen. His
There it
mom
is, yeah.
instilled that in him.
Yeah.
So like really
Nothing wrong with that,
like,
man.
I don't know, probably like any really Morgan Wallen song.
Sand in my boots, man. That's my jam right
Yeah,
there.
dude. He's obsessed. So
Yeah, Wyatt-
definitely Morgan Wallen.
Yeah, he doesn't listen to Morgan Wallen for hype songs, I guess.
Yeah.
But he likes Morgan Wallen, Luke Combs.
Dude, my kid, like, I'll put on like a hip hop song to try to hype him up. He'll be like, turn that off. I want to listen to some Morgan.
Hey,
There you
what
go.
wrong
All
with that,
right,
man?
dude. He's a
He's
country
the
boy.
He knows what he
sophisticated
wants.
one.
He
Nah,
is a
man.
country boy, so it's all good. All right, Colby, you got a question?
Nope. I don't think of one.
I got one.
Go ahead.
Where are you guys gonna go with a black card with your significant other anywhere in the world?
Ooh,
That's a good one.
look at you.
Hey, they can't listen to this. I don't want to give away. Where you guys are gonna take them?
I got a 10-year honeymoon or 10-year reunion. What is it called? Anniversary. That's the
Anniversary?
Oh
Yeah.
my god.
word. I can't think of the right word.
Anniversary.
10-year anniversary next year.
Got a 10-year reunion.
Yeah.
my wife.
Well, I had that. Yeah.
Haven't seen her in 10 years. I mean,
Where you
I don't know,
going,
we just
Coach?
we just went to Greece. That would have
That
been my
doesn't count.
that
That's a
would've been-
family. That's a family.
that would have been my answer.
anywhere
though.
in the world.
That would have been my answer.
Oh,
So
he's
you
going
want to go
back
back to Greece?
Yeah,
Okay.
that would have been my
I
answer.
agree.
Yeah, I think currently right now, if I could go anywhere, I'd really like to go to Europe and do like Austria, Germany,
Mm.
Norway, places like that. So,
Yeah.
and do some skiing or snowboarding. I think that'd be
Nice.
really fun.
Nice. I gotta answer the question.
Yeah, Mike. what would you-
absolutely.
I always wants to go to like Bali, like somewhere Clearwater where you can see scuba dive, just be on the beach and
Cool.
the house be on the water. Something
Sweet.
like that.
Yeah, those
Sweet.
are sweet too.
Yeah.
I'm
Your
gonna s-
question. You're
I'm-
up.
I'm gonna steal Mike's question that he asks every time.
What's
Then I have a follow-up question. What is your top 5-a-side?
Ooh.
And whose 5-a-side would win?
Oh man, that's a good question.
I'm ready.
Dude, I'm basic. All right. So I will go with Zidane,
Okay.
Messi,
Yep.
Ronaldinho. Shout out
Oh,
to
yeah.
GBL Triumph.
yeah.
I will go. I guess.
Got one more and a goalkeeper.
Ooh. I don't know about the keepers. How about Sergio Aguero?
Okay. Cool.
Yeah, that's somebody that hasn't been said. And let's go with I guess we'll just have to go with Ronaldo.
Ronaldo.
Yeah, just
Clutch.
just
Okay.
everybody's scoring.
right.
Everybody's scoring.
All right. I'm gonna go Ronaldinho, Messi. Go C9 Ronaldo. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go Pip Buffon for my goalie, and I need one defender. I'm gonna go. I don't know, man. Puyol. I like Puyol. I'm a Barca guy, so
Mhm,
I'll pick
mhm.
Puyol. What about you, Kobe?
Mine is all time, right? So
Mm-hmm.
I'd do a disservice to my sons if I didn't say Pele, because that's just who
Okay.
they want. Yeah. And then Messi, Modric,
Mm.
Neuer's my goalie, and then not a defender, but I think he could be Holland. I think he's huge. You're not getting
Aaron
past him.
Holland.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, you're playing 5-a-side.
Right,
Everybody's
right.
playing defense. and
Everybody
all
gotta
that,
score.
so-
Yeah.
That's why I was like, you don't need like
Yeah.
a true
You don't need a
defender.
true
But if you have
I like
Holland,
that one, though.
yeah,
Yeah, I think that's good. All right. Well, I think that's good. I think that's a good,
Yeah.
Good season 2 premiere.
season premiere.
Hey,
Yeah.
listen, you got to tell them we got some special stuff in the works.
Oh, do we?
A couple live shows
Oh,
at
really?
a couple of different locations. We're not going to tell you guys yet.
You gotta stay tuned.
Yeah, we've got one coming up. What November
4th.
November 4th. Yeah, the day before election.
Yeah.
So yeah, that one will be live at a facility, and we will announce on Instagram where exactly that'll be.
Stay tuned.
Yeah.
And
stay
we'll be
tuned.
having just interviews of different players and parents, and
Throw a coach in there, right?
throw the coaches in there, and then
Yeah.
we'll splice all the little conversations together into one big episode.
That'd be nice.
Yeah, it'll be fun.
Lots of Q&A. I love it.
Yeah. And
See
then
the people.
obviously, we're gonna have more soccer on here. We've got a couple Clemson players that really want to come on. Possibly
Some
some
Triumph
some
players.
coaches that want to come on.
Oh,
Triumph players. Some different trainers. Hopefully, we'll get some more basketball and football on. But I think we've kind of decided that this is a soccer podcast.
And then you can also
So-
let us know who you guys want to hear.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
If there's
Great
anybody
idea.
that you guys think we should do, let us know.
I mean,
Great idea.
we don't mind reaching out. As nobody's off limits, so
Yeah.
we'll be reaching out. And if you guys think of somebody that you really want to get on this podcast to talk about youth sports, the good, the bad, and the ugly, just shoot us a DM. You guys can follow us on Instagram at Sideline Talk _. You can same thing on YouTube at Sideline Talk _. Shoot us a DM, and we will definitely respond to you.
A 10% off first session at 90 plus OT. Sideline Talk. Got to mention us.
That's right.
That's right. All right, guys. Well, y'all heard it here.